In this video, I will show you how to simplify an exponential expression. And first, let's recall what it means to simplify an exponential expression. That means we have to make sure that the expression has no same base appearing more than once. There shouldn't be any power to raised to the power. And there shouldn't be any negative exponents. So once all these three conditions are satisfied, then we consider the expression simplified. In our case, we have all the issues that are possible. So we have the same base appearing more than once, we have power to power, and we also have negative exponents. So to resolve all of these issues, we are going to use the properties of exponents. First, we're going to distribute the power to each factor in the numerator and the denominator. So for example, we're going to apply this power 2 to every factor in the numerator. So we're going to have 4 squared, b to the negative 3 squared, c to the 4 squared, d squared. This property is called product to power. So that means when we have a product of 2 or 3 or 4 things raised to the power n, each of the factors can be raised to the power n. Same rule we use in the denominator. So we have 2 to the power negative 3, b to the 5 to the power negative 3, c to the power negative 3, d to the negative 2 raised to the power negative 3. Next, I'm going to use the property that says when you have a number raised to a power and then all that raised to a power, that is equivalent to raising the base to the power, which is the product of the two powers. And I'm also going to use the definition of negative exponent, which says that a number raised to the negative power is same as the reciprocal of the same number raised to the positive power. That means 2 to the power negative 3 is actually 1 over 8, and 4 squared is actually 16. So that takes care of all the numbers, and now let's use the property to simplify all the variable, all the rest of the expression. So b will be then raised to the power negative 6, c will be raised to the power 8, and d is still squared. In the denominator, we have b raised to the power negative 15, c is to the power negative 3, and d is to the power 6. And to simplify this further, we're going to use the following property. When we have a quotient of two exponential expressions with the same base, it's the same as subtracting the exponent from the denominator from the exponent from the numerator. And it means we have the following expression. Also, we're going to look at these coefficients separately and deal with them as we normally deal with fractions. So 16 divided by 1/8 is actually the same as 16 times 8. And now, next we're going to have b raised to the negative 6 minus negative 15, c to the power 8 minus negative 3, and d to the power 2 minus 6. Computing this gives us the following expression. So we have 16 times 8 is 128. b negative 6 plus 15 is actually 9. c is 8 plus 3, 11. And d is negative 4. And the last thing that we can do with this expression is we can again use the property of negative exponent and rewrite it like this. Now, if you look at this expression, all the conditions are satisfied. there is no same base that appears more than once. There is no power to power, and there are no negative exponents. So this expression is in the simplest form.